Hey folks, Big Deano here again. This time taking a look at the newest Bandai model kit. This one is the Clone Trooper, which quite a lot of people have been looking forward to, mostly because of this head. Those of you who are regulars will notice that I missed out on Kylo Ren, the model kit. That's pretty much because I don't need him, unfortunately. I've already got Figure Arts Kylo Ren, which I've put the cloth goods on, so yeah, that's pretty much my go-to Kylo until Mafex brings theirs out, and we'll see that the quality is on those. But I am droning on as per usual. Let's take a look at the box, shall we? It's the usual massive sort of model kit box that they always come in. You've got 1/12 scale plastic model kit Clone Trooper. You will notice it shows the picture of the episode 2 or phase 1 Clone Trooper and the phase 2 episode 3 Clone Trooper, which looks more like a Stormtrooper. So yeah, you've got some pictures on the side. As you see, it comes with both heads, which is a nice bonus, although it means I'm going to have to buy another one of these to display both. You've got just the usual on that side, big picture there, and the Disney logo and some stuff that we can't read. And as with all the model kits, it's blank on the back. Now, as I put this guy back up, what kind of accessories does he come with? Well, for a model kit, he's kind of lacking a little bit, although I suppose this makes up for it. Yes, this is the phase 1 clone head. Very nicely done. I don't know, back when the prequels first came out, I really preferred that helmet design because it's closer to the classic Stormtrooper design that we know. But now that I think about it, this one is very unique in its look, and it's more like the Mandalorian armour. So I don't know. I'm still not decided which head will be going on, but I digress. He comes with the massive blaster. Forgive me, I don't remember the names of the prequel guns. I know the the normal ones, but I don't know these. Hand I have pre-attached to it because I'll be displaying it later. He also comes with, for this head, although I will not be showing it off, is the binocular sort of attachment. The only problem with these is that you need to take off these side pieces, and that can prove to be a massive pain in the backside because they clip in. They're not just friction fit. So it makes it near enough impossible to display it with that just on a whim. In terms of extra hands, he comes with 2 of the blaster holding hands as always. He comes with 2 open hands, if it would focus, there we go, and 2 fist hands, as per always. So yeah, not the greatest accessory count, but as I said before, made up with by the fact you get an extra head. I do want to mention, however, that both heads have a small issue with me. If I can get it to focus, yeah, you see there's gapping happening, and I have pushed it in all the way. The gap just doesn't want to go away, and yes, I did sand it down and all the rest of it. I'm actually getting quite good at building these, so yeah, there wasn't any sprue left, so it's not that. I think it was just poorly designed, I'm afraid. The same can be said of the lower mouthpiece. There's quite a large gap at both sides. But yeah, not really noticeable unless you bring it right up to your face, but worth pointing out regardless. Let's swap out the head and hand, shall we? Let's give him the big blaster. As usual, it's just the mushroom sort of peg. Friction fit, works quite well. I haven't actually tried this one yet, so I don't know how well it's going to sit in his hands. Ooh, a little bit of trouble. Let's see. Come on. There we go, that'll have to do. And let's take that off. Just a regular peg. Strangely enough, it's a square hole for that helmet, but a circular one for this one. And putting that one on instantly loses all articulation to the head. Oops, that fell out. I've also noticed some of the parts are sort of popping off. I really don't know what's going on. It's a really good figure. I don't know where the quality control is on him. Honestly. Well, maybe I'm being a bit too harsh. But if this doesn't stay on, I might go back to the small one. You know what? I'm getting back to the small one. We're wasting too much time. So yeah, a bit of a disappointment there. You would have to fiddle with it a little bit to get it in the right sort of pose. In terms of articulation, I am actually quite impressed by him. He's got more articulation to him than the figure arts, surprisingly. The figure arts, I think in the legs mostly, they used this sort of strange design where it was just a ball peg, and it really limited what the figure arts clone could do. It's part of the reason why I've never bought it, honestly. But this one is quite significantly better, I would say. In terms of her head articulation, you've got a peg at the bottom and a peg at the top. This head can look down that far, and it can look up a little bit. Let's pop that one off and put this one back on for a second just to show the differences. You can look up slightly better and look down a lot better. And obviously you've got the side to side, got this ball peg. Let's put that back on. Elbows, shoulders. Can you tell I'm a little bit rusty at doing this? Yeah. Completely free of any restrictions. Can do 360, and this piece just moves out the way. He has bicep swivel. He has double jointed elbows, but the same as with basically all the clone troopers I have seen recently. Black Series, figure arts, model kit. It's limited in how far it can go. You can, of course, pull this one out a bit more, which is what all the model kits can do, but that doesn't really give you much more movement, I'm afraid. The hands are just the mushroom friction fit peg, so they can swivel and all the rest of it. He has an ab and a waist joint. You can look back pretty far, can't really go forward all that well, and of course both parts swivel. In terms of knees, there we go again, I'm saying the wrong thing. In terms of legs, he's got the pull down, which can give him quite high poses. Without it, it's kind of limited to about there, but that's still better than what the figure arts can do. Double jointed knees, again they do pop out slightly to give it more, not that you'd really need it. And finally the feet, which is a hinge swivel and whatever you call that, I can't even remember. Oh my god, it's been that long since I've done a decent figure. Apologies folks, but it has that articulation anyway, whatever it's called. It will come to me when I finish this review. It always happens. But yeah guys, he's definitely a decent figure, but would I recommend him? The answer would probably be yes. I don't know if you'd want to get two. You can always pick and choose what you want to show. The only disappointing thing about him is, I know it's not really a factor for the episode 2 clone, but the episode 3 ones, you didn't really see it in white. In fact, I don't think you ever seen it in white in the film. It would have been nice to get like some decals for the different ranks. Not ranks, units, sorry. Like General Kenobi's orange, Anakin Skywalker's 501st blue, the Red Shock Trooper. There's just so many that they really could have done so much with this guy. Instead, he's just plain white. Obviously, if you can do some painting, then he's definitely cheap enough that you can do it easily. But yeah. Yeah, so just before we go, I will show a little size comparison, because obviously the main stickler is, will it fit in my figure arts display? And the answer is yes. The clones were quite tall, if I remember correctly. And obviously this Obi-Wan is quite short because he's young, so it does fit. And he's shorter than Phasma, although just slightly. But Phasma is underscaled, even in the figure arts range. So yeah guys, oh, I almost forgot something. Something that I usually end up forgetting with these model kits. He does come with the display base. I don't think I've ever reviewed the bases because I've never had the reasoning to use one. But basically it's a friction fit. If I can get it in right, there we go, I had it backwards. Friction fit, just pops into the foot and you can get it in loads of cool poses. But yeah, every single one of the model kits come with that, but I don't use it, so I've never actually reviewed it, I don't think. If I have, then apologies, but I just thought I would mention it. Anyway guys, that will do it for this review. So until next time, I'll see y'all later.